Hi everyone, Tina here, and today I'd like to talk about interior and exterior angles in polygons. You'll need to know about these ideas for both the Foundation and Higher GCSE courses. Run through the key ideas and then we'll look at some examples. Let's start by looking at the polygons we need to be familiar with. Polygon is just a 2D shape with straight sides. Three-sided shape, as we probably know, is called a triangle. 4 sides, quadrilateral. 5 sides, pentagon. 6 sides, hexagon. 7 sides, heptagon. 8 sides, octagon. 9 sides, nonagon. And 10 sides decagon. On the side, I've written that regular polygons are where all sides are the same length and all interior or inside angles are the same size, whereas irregular polygons, we have sides that are different lengths and interior angles that are different sizes. In this picture, all the polygons are regular because all the sides are the same length and all the inside angles are the same. For example, on the pentagon, all of these 5 sides are the same length and all of these angles will be the same. We need to know how to work out both the interior or inside angles and the exterior or outside angles in any polygon. I'm going to show you how to work out the interior angles first. Starting with a triangle, this one we need to memorize that all interior angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. For a quadrilateral, you may already know that the sum of the interior angles is going to be 360. But let's say you wanted to work it out, you can do that by drawing some triangles inside the quadrilateral. So if you draw a line from one corner to the opposite corner, you can see that we've actually got 2 triangles within that quadrilateral. Because we know that angles inside a triangle add up to 180, we can say 2 times 180 is 360. This method is useful for shapes with more sides. So if we look at the pentagon now, that one has 5 angles. Let's see how many triangles we can fit inside the pentagon. So starting from one corner, and you can choose any corner you like, we could draw a triangle there and another triangle there, altogether giving us 3 triangles inside the pentagon. Again, because triangles' angles add up to 180, 3 times 180 this time would give us 540. So the sum of interior angles in a pentagon is 540. Looking at the hexagon, so 6 angles inside a hexagon, seeing how many triangles you can fit in there. So we can do 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So in this case, 4 times 180 is 720. So the sum of interior angles inside a hexagon is 720. The note here says these rules apply to both regular and irregular polygons, so that's good to know. There is another way of working out the sum of interior angles that doesn't require you to draw triangles within the shape. There's a formula that you can learn instead. So the formula says sum of interior angles is equal to n minus 2 times 180, where n is the number of sides. To understand a little bit more about this formula, let's take another look at the angles. So when we had a 4-sided shape, a quadrilateral, notice that we timesed 180 by 2. And inside the formula, it says you take your number of sides and you take away 2. 4 take away 2 is 2. Similarly, with the pentagon, we had 5 sides and we times 180 by 3. Again, 5 take away 2 is 3. And then for the hexagon, 6 sides, 6 take away 2 is 4, and that's what we timesed by 180. Now let's take a look at the exterior angles. So these are the ones that are on the outside of the shape. Now we can work these out. If we know the interior angles, we can work out the exterior angles. For a triangle, the interior angles added up to 180. So let's say this was a regular triangle and we wanted to know what each individual one was. We could do 180 divided by 3 to get 60 degrees. So each one of these is 60. Now, because the exterior angle forms a straight line with the interior one, we know that angles on a straight line add up to 180. Therefore, this exterior angle would be 120. Because it's a regular shape, all of them would be 120. And therefore, in terms of the sum of the exterior angles, we would do 120 times 3 of them to get 360. So for a triangle, the sum of the exterior angles is 360. If we do the same for the quadrilateral, we know that the interior ones add up to 360. Divided by 4 gives 90. Each one of those is 90, means the matching exterior one will also be 90 in order to make 180. Since there are 4 of those, we'll do 90 times 4, and that would also give 360. Onto the pentagon. So all of these added together, we found out was 540. 540 divided by 5 gives 108. If this one is 108, then the matching exterior angle would have to be 72. 72 times 5 is 360. You're probably noticing a pattern by now, but let's check it's the case for the hexagon as well. So inside the hexagon, we had 6 interior angles, all adding up to 720. 720 divided by 6 gives 120, means this one is 120. Exterior angle would have to be 60 in order to make 180. And then 60 times 6 is, surprise, surprise, 360 degrees. This result isn't just true for the 4 shapes that I've shown you here, it's true for any polygon. So in summary, in any polygon, the sum of exterior angles is always 360 degrees. And that's the key fact that you got to learn. So now we've seen the ideas, let's take a look at some examples. Example 1. ABCDE is a pentagon. Work out the size of angle ABC. Angle ABC is what is labelled as X here. So in other words, we've got to find X. Now to do this, we can start by thinking of the sum of interior angles in a pentagon. And I'm going to use that formula. So remember it said n minus 2 times 180, where n was the number of sides. In this case, we have 5 sides. So 5 take away 2 times 180 is 3 times 180, and that's 540. So we know that altogether they need to add up to 540. We already have some of the angles inside the pentagon. So if we set that up as an equation, we could say if you add them all up, including the x that we don't know, they should equal 540. Now if you add those numbers together, you'll get 421. Then in order to find out what x is, all you need to do is 540 take away 421. And that will give you 119 degrees. Example 2, the size of each exterior angle in a regular polygon is 20 degrees. Work out how many sides the polygon has. So for this one, we're going to recall our fact that said sum of exterior angles in any polygon is always 360. So if each one is 20 degrees, all we need to do is divide 360 by 20. And that will tell us how many there are. 360 divided by 20 is 18. So that means the polygon has 18 sides. Last example, a little bit more complicated. So it says in the diagram, AB, BC, and CD are 3 sides of a regular polygon P. Show that polygon P is actually a hexagon. You must show you're working. So to start off, I would label any angles that I'm aware of on the diagram. So for example, inside the square, we know that these are all 90-degree angles or right angles. We're also told that we've got a regular 12-sided polygon underneath, so we can work out this angle. To do that, let's do the sum of interior angles in a 12-sided shape. Again, using that formula. So n minus 2 times 180, in this case, 12 minus 2 times 180. That's the same as 10 times 180, which is the same as 1,800. Now, 1,800 is the sum. So if we want to know each one, we need to divide that by 12, and that will give 150 degrees. That means this angle here is 150 degrees. Now we can work out this angle because we know that angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. So to work out this one, all we need to do is 360, take away the 90, take away the 150, and that will give us 120 degrees. That's useful because now we know what each interior angle inside that regular polygon P is. Because they tell us that it is a regular polygon, we know that each one is going to be the same. So if I draw a little picture here, let's call this one the interior one, which we now know is 120. The exterior one then would be 60 degrees in order to make a straight line, 180. So each exterior angle equals 60 degrees. We know that the sum of all exterior angles in any polygon is 360. So if we do 360 divided by 60, that will tell us how many sides the polygon has. And in this case, 360 divided by 60 is 6, means there are 6 sides. Therefore, it's a hexagon. And that's it. That's it for now. If you found this video useful, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And do share this with anyone else that you think might find it helpful. Thanks, and see you next time.